Yeah, it's oh well. Oh well. We are here. Episode 170. GSC. Man, it's been a few months.
Coming in off a 9-month break. Here we
You know
go.
what's really good for podcast reach is super
Inconsistency.
inconsistent uploads.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's really good for it's really good. Good for everything.
Well, if anybody's watching the video, might notice my hair is a little thick right now. Rogaine.
Oh, dude, the row.
No, I've been on that for a
Row
while.
dog.
Let me tell you a little secret here about turning 40 years old. You're gonna want to use Rogaine. Now, here's the deal: is I did the research on it ahead of time to see does it fuck their hormones or does it not? Is it gonna be like cause of their issues?
I'm gonna grow a tail.
Am I gonna grow a tail or like is one of my nuts gonna fall out? Like these are the things I'm worried about, right? Although I'd be better on a bike.
Hmm.
So the thing is, no side effects. Like should be pretty much good to go. Like no major things. Maybe some skin irritation, but I just don't want it to like all it does is mess with your follicles, your hair follicles. It like increases blood flow to them,
Hmm.
and still be like, oh man, I got all these nutrients. I should start growing stuff again. And then they just like start growing hair again.
Fucking
And
Rogan's been in the game for a long time.
well, that's what I'm getting to here. Rogaine's been in the game for so long that their patent or whatever the fuck is up. And so here's the Rogaine tip right now. This is something really going to help out the guys and some of the ladies as well. So instead of buying brand name Rogaine,
Mm-hmm.
Kirkland,
Mm.
right? Costco, Kirkland has a Rogaine that's just the only ingredient is the active ingredient Rogaine. And I think in actual Rogaine, that's the case too. Anyway, now this one's really going to throw you for a loop. You don't get it at Costco though.
Oh, you gotta go to the Kirkland store?
No, you go on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
This is a whole thing. So you go on Amazon and you buy the Kirkland brand. It's called Minodixol, I
Hmm.
believe. So get the Kirkland brand Minodixol. It's $30 for a 6-month supply.
Pretty cheap.
For $5 a month, why wouldn't you squirt this shit on your head?
No, even like
And
preventative.
dude, so my wife's
I
been
wonder if
trying
there's something with like preventative. I wonder if
100%.
it wouldn't like fuck anything up.
No, it just helps because all it does is increase blood flow to your hair follicles,
And there's no side
essentially.
effects.
You know, that I know of
Well,
anyway.
I did
And I
grow.
did, I did some research on it.
Yeah, I heard that you're just you have 7 nipples now.
Well,
Turned into a dog,
yeah,
female dog.
yeah. Bright side, I haven't. And what did they say? In unrelated news, we haven't bought milk in 9 months either.
Yeah, it's just now it's just
Flowing out of me,
now
leaking.
leaking. The interesting.
Yeah, dude.
There's a Kirkland store in down the road from here. It's
Really?
like a Kirkland store. Yeah.
Have you been in there?
I've never been in there.
Do you think it's the
I
like
bet you they have it there. That's all Kirkland brand only stuff. I think it's
Cos
called like fucking Kirkland.
Costco's branching out?
If it's been here for fucking 10 years.
I don't know, man. That seems weird.
I know, but it's the same like logo. So it has to be the same thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Ella would know. It's closer by her neck of the woods. Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's like a giant grocery store. It's
Hmm.
just Kirkland.
Interesting.
Kirkland signature.
Really?
I
Huh.
gotta take a picture. I gotta look it up now because like now I'm like not obviously it has to be the same. It has to be the same brand. Like how could there be two Kirkland brands that make like their own shit?
I don't even
The
know.
whole store has only Kirkland stuff.
I don't even know what Kirkland means.
Yeah. Now we're getting deep.
Kirkwood ski resort, been there.
Great snow.
Yeah.
Great snow.
But the land of Kirk, again, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Big week here at Caffeine Kilos.
Reaper week.
Reaper week.
Yeah, it's Reaper week, but also there's like 3 other designs.
Yeah. Eh,
Two.
Halloween.
2 other designs. But yeah, Halloween
Spooky
drop.
season.
Spooky season. Yeah, always a big anticipated release for us. Um, yeah. Yeah, good stuff this year. I'm really stoked on how the Reaper turned out this year. It's always something different, right?
Yeah.
And little complimentary pieces. One's kind of a bring back, restock-ish, and then the other one's like a totally new kind of colorway on a popular shirt.
Yeah. No, I'm stoked. I like it all.
Oh yeah.
Great.
No, yeah, they're all 4 or yeah, all 4 pieces. Yeah, hoodie,
People
tee,
people
three
wait
piece.
all people wait for this Reaper hoodie.
They do. Yeah, they do. Or just Reaper in general.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
So you're you got your toe spacers in.
Yes. Oh, dude, see if I can get my foot.
Do you read the instructions? Do you put them on the right way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look
Because,
at the dirty bottom.
oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah, let's get in there.
You know, barefoot.
That's what's good about YouTube.
Dude, that's what the bottom of my feet looked like last night after playing that soccer game barefoot.
Yeah, I'm just going. This is how you do it. You run around the office that clearly needs to be swept.
No.
And
Well, also you were out in the
I did take a step
you're
out
out
in
in
the
the
warehouse.
warehouse.
I was. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Good point.
So yeah, it's funny.
You got to stay mobile.
I put them on the wrong way for a long time. So they're kind of like they have the one bend in them,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like they would just pop on that way, but you gotta undo the bend.
Undo the bend. What do you mean?
You gotta go against the bend.
Against the bend. I mean, I go like this part down. I
Yeah,
follow
yeah.
the logo.
But I'm saying when they're not on your feet,
Uh-huh.
it actually curves the other way.
Interesting. I don't know what they look. I just know that
You never noticed
these
that.
little nudges go in between the feet. They only go
Yeah,
one, they only stick down one way.
right. Yeah, yeah. So I was putting them on the other way for a long
Upside down.
time, upside down, but it still works. They still split your toes apart, whatever. And then one day
Yeah.
I was looking at the little card that came in the box because I keep them in that box and just like leave them in the we have a coffee table. It's got a few drawers. I just leave them in the drawer of the coffee table.
Ah.
And because that's how it goes down with me is every whatever 3 or 4 days, I'm just sitting there at the end of the night. Kids are in bed. It's like the last, hour before I go to bed, whatever. And I'm like, you know what, man? Yeah, space toes aren't gonna space themselves.
No,
Pop them in.
no.
Yeah. So I was looking at a little card and I was like, oh, I've been putting these on upside down or reverse. I guess upside down isn't really true. Like the wrong way.
I think I looked at the thing, whatever that it came with. Yeah. I think I looked at it
I
because
did.
I didn't wasn't sure how to put them on.
So I used to have a different kind. I bought this like other brand, this knockoff on Amazon.
Mm,
It worked fine. And then one day I was like, you know what, man? They're not that expensive. They're like $20 or
yeah.
whatever. Like, let's shit or get off the pot.
Yeah. Get
Let's
the right ones.
let's space these toes or not. You know what I mean? What are
Yeah.
we doing?
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I like them. I've been trying to do at least minimum once a week's kind of my realistic goal for me to not forget.
They also totally work. I know it's not a huge shock, but before I used them, if you told me like try and like splay my toes, I couldn't get them all. Like I could not like my pinky. It's like move your pinky out, and I'm like I can't. Like when it's like it doesn't. I'm trying. It's not happening. But now when I wear the toe spacers every couple days, sometimes after take them off, I'll be like look down at my foot and like command that pinky to move over, and
Mm-hmm.
now he obeys.
Yeah, you know, all my shoes I nowadays like I very rarely wear um like fashionable shoes, sneakers these
Mhm.
days. Like if I'm like it's a rare occasion, maybe I go to a dinner, once a month somewhere, I'm wearing like a normal shoe that's like not wide toe box shoe, but like pretty much all the shoes I work out in
Yeah,
are wider toe boxed.
yeah.
Even my running shoes are wide toe box running shoes. Shout out Ultra. They're like one of the only like main brands that focuses on like wide toe box. The rest of them are all fucking, you know what running shoes
Yeah,
look
keep
like.
them tight.
But yeah, theirs are like fully splayed. They're like wider than even like like they're wider than my workout shoes. Um, but yeah, then if that, I'm like, especially in the summer though, I'm like, I'm wearing sandals
Yeah,
and that's just the natural splay,
natural.
wearing the flip flop or the Burke. Burke's got a nice wide toe box. My feet are nice and comfy in those. Natural.
Natural.
Keeping it natural.
Yeah, dude.
Toe health. I haven't had, I used to get like plantar fasciitis all the time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I would just get it randomly,
Huh.
but I fucking haven't had it in a long time.
Ever since started spacing your toes.
Even like before that, I even
Yeah,
started.
that's not a good commercial for it though.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely helped.
Although
Um,
I say a commercial for it, to be clear, we have absolutely no relationship with Toe Spacer.
no, we don't, but maybe we will now.
Yeah,
Maybe they will want to sponsor us
that's what I'm
for
thinking.
this awesome ad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
ever since I've just kind of been more conscious of conscious of the wider toe box shoes. I
yeah.
feel like that's changed everything for my feet, just like in general, just like not wearing like narrow Jordans or just like, other stuff like that. And getting a call here during mid pod.
No, I forgot we're on video too. I was over here like biting some cuticles.
Yeah, we're on video.
It's been a while. We're
Yeah,
out of practice.
we're out of practice of the video. Yeah, we did audio only for a long time.
Wow, a long time.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Well, this morning we were on a call, just me and you, and
mhm.
you mentioned someone's taking Ozempic. Somebody you know.
Someone I know, yes, someone very close to in my network of people.
And I said, this individual, we'll say it's he,
Yeah,
he's lost 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
And I started doing my little Ozempic thing. It's people
You
like,
started Ozempic.
no,
No.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm not gonna. People like to shit on it. Don't you? Do you feel like you hear people like,
Shitting on Ozempic?
yeah,
Well, I think it's because it's getting totally abused.
sure,
I think that's the problem, right?
yeah,
It's became it's the Hollywood, quick fix, right? It's the new liposuction, all these the problem with it is you got celebrities taking it and then
gastric bypass.
it's the new gastric
It's
bypass.
non-surgical gastric bypass.
Yeah, and you have these, influential people taking it and then trying to sell you shit that is not the reason for their new look.
Ah,
There's a
yeah,
lot of that happening, right? Like you get like, for instance, like high profile people like the Kardashians that have been on this shit before it was even known about. And they're doing
right.
all these workout videos and trying to sell these programs and this and that. And we all know, oh, you were just taking this drug that basically makes you take a bite of food and never want any more food.
It's the ass implants selling booty builder programs.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
Although now the kids would say, what do they call it? GAP,
Yeah. Yeah. The GAT program.
the GAP program.
Yeah. I think that's the problem, right? People just like taking this, abusing it. It's not going for its original intent, which is like type 2 diabetics who have problems
Yeah.
with control, like whether that's a good enough reason or not. That's what also like at the
Well,
end of the day.
that's what I'm getting around to. That's what I hear, or I think people complain about sometimes. What's this person learning, right? Like, what are they changing? Okay, they didn't get fat by taking a pill, right? They got fat by excess calories and lack of exercise, lack of movement,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And so then fixing that problem with medication isn't teaching them the life skills or whatever to maintain a healthy body weight.
Yeah, whether that's the intent or not, it's definitely not working out that way, I feel like for most people.
I think the intent is to make people less fat because being fat is bad for you. And that's interesting
They
is
might be better off being on this pill than being fat.
I think so. That's what I'm getting.
Or
That's
it's an
what
injection or
well
whatever.
that's my entire like my whole take on it, right? I think that some people take shit on it because they're like, well, you're not teaching them anything. Like, look, man, I, they know like being fat's uncomfortable. They know it's not good for them,
Hmm.
right? I mean, you'd think. And so, but they're doing it anyway.
Hmm.
It's like obviously they need some help. Now,
Hmm.
maybe that help could be motivation, or maybe there's other things you could do. Sure. Like if the insurance company is paying for this Ozempic, perhaps the insurance company could pay for a personal trainer to come to your house,
Hmm.
or they could pay for a gym membership. And that if you attend a certain number of times a week, then they cover it. And if you don't, then there's some sort of repercussions or something, right? Like there's things they could do. And,
Yeah,
and
because it's taking away tons of muscle too on people.
oh,
It just
100%.
eats away at the muscle, eats away at everything. So it's
Like,
not like you're
like
getting like lean. You're actually, no, you're just getting smaller and skinnier, but like you're not necessarily getting,
you're losing
you're
mass.
losing mass. You're losing mass. Yeah, you're not
And
losing just fat.
And I think that's a danger is that people are taking Ozempic and not strength training.
Yes.
Now, if you do some strength training while taking Ozempic, I think that would help in some regards as far as losing the muscle mass, right? Like
Hmm.
maybe they would help you encourage your body to keep some muscle mass on
Hmm.
as you just lose the weight.
Hmm.
But look, originally I was gonna almost be in support of it, meaning that look, uh, being overweight is bad for you.
Yeah.
And it is the number one risk factor in every disease is
Yes.
being overweight.
Yes.
And so if someone's going to take a pill and it's going to make them not overweight, that's probably better.
Hmm.
Now, one would hope that when they stop taking it or whatever, they're used to eating smaller portions and they follow through on that. But one thing that I don't know, worries me is the right word, but one concern about that is that we found that to often not be the case with gastric bypass,
Hmm.
right? Like how many people, like my aunt had it, whatever, right? Like I know somebody had gastric bypass and then they lost a shit ton of weight really fast because they make their stomach the size of your thumb,
Yeah.
right? And knowing that it's going to stretch a little bit over time.
Hmm.
But then what happens in 10 years, right? Is
Habits haven't changed.
they
You're just
haven't
eating,
changed any
doing less.
habits And it's like at first they're eating less because they just had surgery on their stomach and it's all fucked up and like they can only eat so much, right? But then it's like you can eat a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And it's like you're not changing any habits. You just go back to your old ways. And a lot of people get this gastric bypass, they lose 80 pounds, 100 pounds, and they gain it all back. 10 years later, they're back to where they started.
Yeah.
And that's the concern, right? Is we're not teaching people, if people aren't learning the habit change, which is going to lead to, maintaining weight loss and maintaining a healthy body mass, then what are we doing? However, with that said, I still think like saying that somebody shouldn't, like whatever, not letting people take this pill or shaming people to take this thing when they obviously need help losing weight. And if they're not motivated for whatever reason to go to the gym or whatever, like I said, straight up, we don't sugarcoat it. Like being fat is bad for you. And if
Yeah,
this makes you less fat, then I think that's a positive thing.
for sure. And I think like, dude, yeah, obviously like with anything, like there's a right way to do it, right? If you
Oh,
like,
yeah, 100%.
if you were like really struggling to lose weight in your health and your weight's becoming like a pretty dramatic factor in your life.
Yeah, like all of a sudden you have type 2 diabetes
Like, oh,
and
bam, diabetic, boom. Okay, get on the Ozempic. Okay, I'm just gonna really change my lifestyle, clean up my diet, drink more water. I'm gonna hit the gym, and then eventually, as it's designed to be, is you get off of the Ozempic, right? Like
well,
that. It's designed to not. It's not a long-term drug. It's meant to be like temporary.
two things. One,
Also, you get
well,
immune to it. So you have
also
to keep taking more to get the same results.
something people don't talk about is that's interesting.
Yeah.
Something people don't talk about often as well in this conversation is the fact that some people are so overweight that they can't exercise. Right. So there's different things, right? Say you're bedridden. Now, that may be not true because how much exercise would you need if you were that sedentary, right? Like honestly, you could probably get like do some like arm exercises. But point is, what if you are confined to a wheelchair?
Hmm.
What if you have something going on, right? You have some sort of condition that prevents you from exercising rigorously or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe eating less would obviously help, but anyway, there are situations where it's like, okay, yeah, this could really benefit some people, right?
Yeah.
Also, if you are 500 pounds, my 600-pound life or whatever the hell, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know, walking through the house is wearing you out,
Hmm.
like again, but it also wraps around to there's two sides of this equation, like eat less and move more. And moving more doesn't have to be a whole lot more if you go from doing nothing, right? But again, the point is I could see the idea of beginning an exercise program just seeming so out of reach when you're that out of shape, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the other side of this equation is there's a guy at my gym right now who has lost 100 pounds since January 1st of this year.
Wow.
It was his birthday like 3 days ago. And he told me about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, he's like, hey, I'm down 94 pounds. I am six pounds away. My birthday's in 3 weeks. My goal is to hit 100 pounds weight loss
Hell
on my
yeah.
birthday. That's what I said. And he did like 2 days before he hit it. So
There's just this just interesting man here. Just sorry, this is distracting me in a parking lot.
yeah.
Just
So
driving crazy. Like slammed into the curb right there.
hell yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
So this dude lost 100 pounds and like, how he did it is he just started exercising more and eating better. I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
fucking crazy.
yeah. And like,
What a lunatic.
and get this. And it's like now his life looks completely different than it did a year ago.
100 pounds less?
This dude, like, okay, so he goes to the gym, but he didn't start off doing the classes. He started off just he tried, was like has kind of a lot, whatever. And so he like met with a personal trainer once, and here's the thing, this guy's not rich. He
Yeah.
figured it out. He adjusted other things in his life.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh, there's always
He
a
stopped spending,
means.
yeah.
Yeah.
He stopped spending on other stuff and
Pick up some Uber shifts,
yeah. And so he, once a week he went to a personal trainer and then would like try and do a class or two outside of that. And then he was just like walking on the days he wasn't working out and started eating more vegetables and stuff like that. And to cut out sugar, just cut out all sugar, right?
That's the key, right?
And then, yeah, and then he got a little bit more comfortable. So now he does classes, 4 days a week, CrossFit classes. Got that climbing gym in town. He like joined the climbing gym. This dude went from being, I don't even know how much. Well, I do. He was going 350 pounds to in less than a year, he's at the rock climbing gym, like going up these walls, and if he was 100 pounds heavier, there's no way he could like support his weight, what that would do on his, bone structure and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And so it's like, look at someone whose life is completely different. So now all his hobbies are active. Like he goes to the climbing gym.
See, that's that.
He
Once you
started
can,
taking dance lessons, whatever. Because he's like, you know what? He's like, this year's been getting out of my comfort zone, so I'm getting way out of it. I'm
dude,
signed
it's
out of
contagious.
town. He went to another town. He went like 40 miles away. He signed up for dance classes where he goes once a week.
Yeah,
So he's
dude,
like, I don't
do
want to
it.
see anybody there, but I want to do something I've never done
Ah,
before.
fuck it,
It's
dude.
like entire life had changed, you
Yeah.
know? And it wasn't from taking pills, wasn't from doing anything like that, right?
Oh yeah,
So
because
it's doable.
it's doable. It's
And I see it all
doable.
the time.
And sometimes though, but you know what? Sometimes some people can do that, and I think that that's for him. Like he's one of the that's kind of a rare thing, right? Where it's almost like a cold turkey situation, right?
Totally.
Some people need to go through a program. Some people
Oh yeah,
need a little bit of medical
totally.
intervention. But I think also at the end of the day, the
Let me ask
story
you
ends
this.
in the same place. Like you have to change your lifestyle.
Who's more likely to keep their weight off? The person who
This guy.
busted their nuts, controlled what they ate, started working out, got involved in active hobbies, right?
Or the guy who's on Ozempic who just eats less of the bullshit he was eating that got him big
Right.
because he's not as hungry because of the pills or
And I think
shots. I
that,
think it's shots.
I don't really know.
I honestly have never like done it or seen it, so I don't know, but I'm
No.
90% sure it's a shot.
Wonder if you feel any different when you take it.
Yeah, you do. I've asked some questions. You just literally you're just not very hungry ever.
Hmm.
And like you take a few bites sometimes and you're just like, oh,
Like
that's it.
it's like cocaine.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you just like you're like literally you're never hungry. Your brain just is not communicating with your body saying that it's hungry. So
You know
you're
what's
just
funny?
like you're just don't eat.
Okay, I've got
You
two.
can like get malnutrition like very fast.
Man, doctors prescribe cocaine for all kinds of shit.
Yeah. Oh, this is like, dude, this is a money grab, dude. Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. This is a
Like that.
fucking
Like
this is a
let's get to
gold mine.
let's get to the brass tacks of this thing. All this talk about, hey, it's better than being fat and all that's true.
No, they're running to
However,
the bank, dude.
however, the reason why, so this is so funny because,
It's like the opioids, dude. Like it's
well,
all the same.
well, check this out. This is a whole other thing because what you got is you have two conflicting messages being set out there by the mainstream media
Hmm.
at the same time. Is you have healthy at every size,
Hmm.
which by the way, bullshit. You can say beautiful at every size, sure.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
say
let's not confuse
like a
physical
value as a
attraction
person
like
and health,
and health. Yeah.
right? Like your value as a person and whatever
And your
has no relation
and your
to
attraction for from someone else,
exactly.
whatever. Like it has nothing to do with like, is your body shutting down slowly at a more rapid rate than it should? You know
Like
what I mean? Like, what's the
yeah,
definition of like healthy body, right?
right.
Like,
Yeah,
you're
less prone to disease.
yeah,
So like, yeah, so it doesn't make anybody, a better or worse person because they're fat or whatever, right? I'm not saying that.
no,
But I'm saying that, there's this message of health at any size, which is
that's
just
just not true.
it's just false.
Yes.
It's the number one risk factor, right? And then concurrently, everyone's pushing this quick fix weight loss drug. Well, wait a minute. If we're healthy at every size,
Why do we need it?
why do we need a weight loss drug?
Yeah, well,
Because the pharmaceutical industry
is making trillions of dollars.
has now found a way to be involved in weight loss. When there was no profit in people losing weight, it was the opposite.
I want
If
to see how much money that Ozempic has made.
if it's the opposite, right? Like generally for pharmaceutical industries, the more sick, more better, right? Because the more sick people there are, the more pills you can sell, right? The more prescriptions you can sell. But now that there's a profit center in people losing weight, we can push this drug.
Ready for this?
Dude, bring it on.
Oh,
Since when? Does it say like a year?
so obesity care
Mm-hmm.
sales grew by 154% in 2023,
Okay.
mainly via sales in the US. Ozempic sales topped 95.7 billion
That's in one. That's
in Danish kroner or 13.9 billion dollars in 1 year.
so 14 billion, 13.6, 13.9,
13.9. So 14
14
billion dollars.
billion dollars in 1 year.
It says Ozempic maker now worth more than $500 billion. The company Axios, I think, or is that the company? No, that's
No,
just
that's the
that's the
source.
source. So according to the Axios source, Washington
Click on
Post,
it. Who makes it?
uh, I don't know how fast we're gonna find that out.
Yeah, that's probably
Um, anyway,
yeah.
so okay, so
Well,
basically in 1 year, the people that make Ozempic
the
have
GLP-1s
they created a $14 billion
product.
product.
Adding 14 billion right on your right on top line is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's interesting.
Wegovy, is that another one? I think it might be like another brand.
I'm not sure.
Anyways, so
Five
yeah,
hundred billion dollar, $500 billion.
half a trillion dollar evaluation
All right.
now.
It's not a shock or it's not news, I should
So
say.
follow all answers always follow the money.
And yes. So it's not a shock to anybody that these pharmaceutical industries have so much control over mainstream media because they buy the commercials, over politicians because they have these fucking side deals and stuff, politicians and because or whatever. Like when you're talking about like $500 billion company, and that's one company. That's not the entire pharmaceutical industry. That's one company, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you think about the trillions of dollars that's coming into these pharmaceutical companies. No wonder.
From just obesity care.
Yeah, like of course there's no um of course there's no like reason why or no motivation of the government to like actually fix the food pyramid. Everyone knows the food pyramid's fucked, right? Like we all know that the food pyramid is
I think at
like
this
not, it
point,
was like paid for by Kellogg's and
I
shit.
think
It's
most
like the
people know
opposite of
that
okay.
now, but also
But
like
it's still in
probably
textbooks,
not,
probably.
probably
Probably
not the case.
it's probably still being taught in schools. Probably still in textbooks, right?
I read a textbook the other day that was still saying that, what was from a fruit bat. So
Oh, oh yeah.
yeah,
With
so I don't want to get video flags, so
the
I'm
yeah,
gonna yeah
the unspoken illness
yeah
2020.
yeah. So
Yeah, it was from a fruit bat. Yeah, not from that.
from
Like, well, it's like no,
a
it's
brand new version of a textbook too, where it's like, no, we know for a fact. Anyways, that's a whole other story.
yeah, yeah. And so RFK man, make America healthy again. What's
No, he's a crazy man. He needs to be jailed. He needs to be in a mental institution, they say.
yeah, yeah, because he believes in diet and exercise and was like, and
He
talk
really
about
just believes in just not putting bad things in your body constantly without questioning them. Like,
man,
is that just such a
the
apparently
whole
that's just
thing.
such a hard take. Anyways,
Yeah. Well, there we go. So that's the Ozempic take, right? Like,
yeah,
hey man, you know what? Some people, I'm not talking shit on anyone taking it because you know what? At least they're doing something to try and get healthier.
for
And
sure.
if they're misinformed, that's not their fault. And if they just believe in the simple fact that being overweight is bad for their health and they're trying to do something about it, good on you, man.
Yeah, I
You know?
agree. Agreed.
But with all that being said, uh, there are other solutions. Talk about follow the money, right? Now they may be not as profitable, but I mean, I guess that's the end of that statement.
Yeah,
But there are ways, the insurance companies, there are ways this could happen, right? Like,
yeah,
um, actually, TrueMed. I don't know if you know much about TrueMed,
not
but
really.
TrueMed is a company that works with CrossFit affiliates, work with other gyms, I'm sure as well.
Hmm.
But what they do is they allow you to use your HSA or
Oh
FSA
yeah, towards
funds
like a gym
towards
membership.
your gym membership.
Yeah,
And how it works is if you have an HSA health savings account, that money's all pre-tax, right?
yeah.
And so you put money in there pre-tax. Sometimes the company contributes as well. And then you use that on certain things like, medications and shit like that. Well, TrueMed, what they do is they have doctors on staff and you go there and we accepted in my gym. And so I like tested it
I
out
thought it
to
was like
see.
tax exempt. No.
It is. Well, so how it works is so your HSA is untaxed money.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
so it lets you pay for your gym membership with your HSA funds.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
But for an insurance company to accept that, there has to be, a letter from a doctor essentially saying that this gym membership is your medicine,
Mm. Mm.
more or less.
Yeah.
And so we have an FSA that's like pretty strict on certain things. Like it's funny, like Tylenol, if you buy Tylenol, it works because it's been like proven in a bunch of studies. But if you buy other over-the-counter medication, it may not accept it. Like it's
Mm.
kind of
So you got to look at the paperwork, see what
yeah,
you
like
do.
paperwork. And so I'm like, all right, well, ours is pretty finicky. So I'm going to try this TrueMed out and just submit the letter to them to see if they would accept it, right? Because if I'm going to tell other people they can use it,
Mhm.
I want to make
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And knowing that ours is super strict. So I did. I went through the thing, and it's like, dude, check this out though. Everyone fucking qualifies
yeah,
as they should,
yeah,
because it's like, do you have in family history, including parents, grandparents, great grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, that type of thing, right? Is there a history of one or more of the following: heart disease, diabetes, cancer?
yes,
Well, yeah, shit, because those are the only things people die of outside of car accidents,
yeah,
right? Like that's like,
and everybody has somebody in their immediate family that's probably had one of those things.
yeah. And so then if the answer is no, right, the next question is something like, well, first it's like, do you have any of these risk factors?
Mm.
The next one is, does anybody in your family have these risk factors? And then anyway, it basically takes down this path, and then
Mm.
basically, you're like, yeah, and it's like, oh shit. Well, you know what helps those things? Exercise. And so you should go to the gym, because if you exercise, you're less likely to get these things.
Yes,
And so
and
then,
preventable and also curable.
yep. And so then it's like a signed doctor's note, use form, whatever, and you submit it to your HSA. And they're like, all right, cool. Now we're good to go with this provider.
Perfect.
And then they can use, so then it's basically like 20% off your gym membership,
Yeah, that's cool.
because you're paying with money that you didn't pay. If you just got that money in your check, you have 20% less
Yeah,
because you pay tax on it. So
yeah,
it's like basically getting 20% off your gym membership.
yeah. I
And
mean,
it's good for the insurance
a lot of
companies
people,
too,
a
because
lot of
you're
people don't
getting.
know about that little hack.
So there you go. So check their gym if they accept HSA payments through TrueMed. If they do not, you tell them to hit up TrueMed, because like it's fucking dope. They give you each gym, they have to like set you up. You have your own link, your own, so it's like for your facility.
Hmm.
So they get that letter saying like your facility is approved. And
Sick.
so yeah, dude. Anyway, it's great.
That's dope. I mean,
Actual help for people.
actual
That was
help.
the end of that, is what I really like about it, is it's like actually using insurance funds or the program or the system
Hmm.
for something that actually helps people.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, and it's also like the long-term goal, right? It's a not long-term goal. I meant more like a long-term solution.
Yeah.
That's going to be the consistency, or you're only going to get healthier the longer you do it too, right?
Preventative measures.
Preventative measures. It's like you're going to fall into the right habits of like not depending on things and actually just like improving your life.
Yeah.
And yeah, on that note,
Man, I'm so out of practice. We're on that note. I'm out of practice. I've been staring at your computer the whole time, like, man, how come I keep looking down? I forget we got this other camera set up.
yeah, you.
Down. Such a fucking
You
mess.
think. Anyways, that camera's probably almost dead, so that's why I'm like, no, I don't want this to
Well,
get
it's
cut
time
off.
anyway. We got to go.
No. Peace.
All right. Peace out. Reaper week. Lose weight if you're overweight. Get healthy. And I think that's it. That covered it all.
And sign up on that HSA.
Sign up on that HSA, caffeineandkilos.com.
We're out. See you.
Chug some coffee.
Chug some coffee.